Welcome to Sip and Tea with V. It's your girl V Brown, and if y'all don't know what time it is, it's time to get into a new show. Okay, now I'm not sure how many people have heard of this show or even watched the first episode, but I'm kind of interested in it, and plus it has to do with family and marriage. So I just want to go ahead and get into it. Let me give y'all the specs on there and what it's about. So the show is called Family or Fiance. So it's a pick and choose, pick a side type of show. Now, this new show is on the Oprah Winfrey Network, own network. It has to do with one engaged couple, two families who object this engagement, and 3 days under one roof, and a wedding is on the line. Will they earn the family's blessing, or will they be forced to choose? They're going to pick a side at the end of the whole thing, okay? Now, I thought this was a great premises for a show. I actually remember when Bunham and, I think that's how you say their name, Bunham and Murray Production Company sent me like a template of this show to see if I was interested in being on the show, if I was engaged, yada, 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 boom, boom, boom. For those that don't know, people who were on my channel a couple years ago when I was really into it heavy, I tried out for Bad Girls Club, so ever since then I get everything that that production company is working on. I get the specs of it if it's a reality TV show, and I get to see if I want to submit an application for it or not. So that's how I been knew about this show. They just didn't have a title for the show at the time. So we have the couple. The woman's name is Ashaki, and the man's name is Chris. Ashaki is 22 years old. Chris is 29 years old. He has 3 kids, 11, 9, and 4. Okay, from his previous relationship. Now, they've only been together for 1 year and 7 months. Before Ashaki got with him, she heard that he was a ladies' man. You know, he was running around with different women and this, that, and the other. So, you know, she had her reservations, but she went ahead and went for it after not giving him no play for a few months of them knowing each other. So, they start off the meeting with their therapist, sitting close together, in tune with one another. You can really tell she like him, he like her. It was a lot of touching and, you know, just talking about how happy they were, smiling. The energy was fresh and good. You know, everything was perfect. This is before the families came now. So the families show up. Chris ends up bringing his sister, his mother, and his cousin Omar. Now, y'all remember that name Omar because Omar plays a big ordeal in this whole situation. Omar and the sister, but mainly Omar messy ass, okay? Ashaki brought her mother, her aunt, and her best friend, who is a guy. So they have 2 challenges. The first challenge is for Asaki. She has to show that she is ready and equipped to be a stepmother to his 3 kids, and he has to answer 20 questions. Now, these are a wide range of questions to be asked from friends, parents, whoever. Just is a wide range of questions. So the only person that is for this union is Chris's mother at this time. Omar says that he has concerns because they should wait. Him and Chris are still out there doing their thing. You know, when they hang out, they do their own thing. He doesn't know if Ashaki knows what him and his cousin does, but, you know, they do what they do, pretty much. So Ashaki is already sitting there like, what the fuck going on? And I'm just going to say, I'm going to have to sip my tea because, baby, Ashaki was sitting there trying to figure it out, but I had already figured it out, boo. So it came out that Chris and his cousin had used to share chicks. They would pass them back and forth, sleep here, sleep there, whatever the case is. Chris is still tending to multiple women. This is what the cousin Omar is telling. Omar then went on to pose the question, well, in the last 1.5 years, when was the last time you had any type of infidelity? Chris's answer was, I'm home every night. So I'm like, my nigga, what you talking about? It was a simple question. When was the last time? I never did it. I did it once. It never happened. It was 1 year ago. It was 5 months ago. It was 6 months ago. When was it, my dude? Anyway, Ashaki sat down with Chris's mother, her mother, and her aunt. to answer some tough scenarios regarding Chris's kids. Now, honey, she was not prepared for these questions or these scenarios, and that showed how much she is not really mature. She's not mature enough to handle these type of situations. Things like having to help Chris pay child support if she marries Chris and his baby mama decides she wants to go down to the court system and file for child support. He is the one who, she is the one who's going to have to help him pay for it because it's both of them their incomes together once they get joined. So we move on from that situation because we now know that mama is not prepared or ready for no stepmother role. We move on to the 20 questions that were asked to Chris. Now, this went left from jump because basically all the questions were about cheating and if Chris was cheating. The big thing is about some eyelashes. Ashaki found some eyelashes at Chris's house. Chris says that his sister was drunk the night before. She threw her eyelashes at him and they ended up getting stuck on him. Now, I don't know what type of glue was on these eyelashes that she took off her eyes and threw at him, which ended up sticking on him, but I need that glue. Shout out that company, girl. She threw her eyelashes at him. They got stuck on him. He left his sister's house. Now, this is what shit get crazy. He leave his sister's house, get in the car, drive all the way to his house, get out the car, go in the house, and then the eyelashes fall off. He later on finds the eyelashes on the floor. He thinks it's a bug or whatever, a roach, who knows. He picks them up, throws them in the trash, okay? Now, that's the story he told. Now, the sister was there, so the best friend just straight up asked the sister, what were they your lashes? And, of course, her being his sister, she gonna stick up for her brother. So she like, I guess they was, you know, they probably was. They could have been da-da-da-da-da. Asaki finally tells the whole story. She popped up at his house at 6 in the morning, okay? 6 in the morning, she goes to her man's house to pop up. He would not let her in. Problem number one. Let me sip some tea. Problem number one. He shuts the door and locks her out. Problem number two. She's hysterical, banging on the door, asking him who's in the house, screaming, yelling. Problem number three. He comes outside. He opens the door, comes outside, and shuts the door behind him. Problem number four. Why I can't come in the house? So these are already 4 red flags. You already know some shit going on, okay? But again, the Saki is only 22 years old. Chris is 29 years old. He know a little bit more of the ropes than she does. So then he makes her leave the house with him to go get something to eat from Waffle House. Red flag number 5, bitch, you dead, and I'm done. Red flag number 5. So then they leave the house, go to Waffle House. She comes back. They end up coming back to the house. They go inside, and this is when she finds the eyelashes in the trash, okay? So that's her story, and that's what it is. That's the truth. So this puts a whole new spin on things because if we thought he was cheating before or we had some inkling idea that he was cheating before, honey, this solidifies it, okay? The therapist tells Chris one of the only ways he'll be able to get Ashaki's mother to bless their union and moving forward in their marriage is to tell the full truth. Now, Asaki ended up calling off the wedding, off the engagement, as everyone except Chris's mother, Chris, and Omar were blessed in the marriage, basically, at this point, because nobody was down for the shits. So we fast forward to the end of the show, because I don't want to talk about the in-between. That shit don't matter, because once we got to the end of the show, we already know they done called off the engagement. They get home, and guess who done finally decided to tell the truth? When they left the show and got back home, Chris admitted to Asaki that he cheated on her with one girl. Asaki broke up with him, and they're trying to build up a friendship, okay? Now, let's just talk about this. So this whole trip, this man was willing to walk down the aisle knowing he ain't no good, knowing he ain't ready for this shit. He's not ready to be in no committed relationship. He's not ready to be monogamous. Knowing he's still doing his thing in the streets, especially when he go out with his cousin, okay? And he thinks just because he bring his ass home every night that it's okay, it's well and good. No, that's not how that works. He should have been let her go, actually. He should have been let her go, let her be free to live her life and enjoy her young life because she's only 22 years old. This girl was willing to become a stepmother at 22 years old to 3 kids, one that's half her age, okay? And I feel like, honestly, Chris didn't mean her no good. He felt like he had him a little fine little thing, and that's what he was rocking with, but I did not like that. I did not think that was okay. This is a new show on the OWN network. Y'all let me know if y'all checked it out. If you haven't, go and check it out, even though I done gave y'all basically the rundown of the show. the first episode, but check out the next episode. I don't know when it comes on, but I'll be looking out for it. I'm actually liking these new shows that the OWN network is bringing out. The Love and Marriage Huntsville. I like that show. Of course, everybody love Young to Fix My Life. And there's a couple other shows, but I'm kind of liking this new show, this family of Fiance, because shit is real life. Some families ain't rocking with your fiance, and some fiancés ain't rocking with your family. You pick a side. I don't know, but I had to get this video out of y'all real quick. If y'all can see, I kind of ran through everything to make sure I got everything in because my camera is going dead. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, share, comment below. Let me know what y'all think about Chris no good ass, because he's definitely no good. And I'll be back. I'm gonna see what else we're gonna talk about. We might have to get into some Black Ain't Cool Chicago, because I think I missed that last week. So we might have to get into that. But like I said, subscribe, y'all. Subscribe, and I'll be back. Mwah. Y'all already know. Sip tea, keep it sweet. Yes, God.